The creator promised to deliver a totally unique sci-fi story backed by huge pedigree in director Gareth Edwards and offering a new take on the AI subgenre within sci-fi. Starring leading man John David Washington, what could possibly go wrong? Hi everyone, Nico Lero here from the Silver Screen Dudes, and yeah, this is my review for The Creator, and I'm gonna say right off the bat, I don't like this film. I do not understand the hype surrounding this film. I don't understand the positive reviews surrounding this film. Let's get into it. Let me start off on a positive. The visuals in this film are out of this world beautiful. They're unique. The art direction, which has conceived some of the unique designs of the AI and of the robots, is incredible. It's so clean, and I don't mean clean like in a sanitized hospital, nasty kind of way. I mean clean as in there was not a mistake to be seen on screen as far as the graphics, as far as the special effects were concerned. This movie is so beautiful. It's really quite the accomplishment, which is saying something in a post-Avatar 2 world. Seriously, like this movie visually blew me away. However, I am the guy on Silver Screen Dudes that's noted for saying when something is pretty without substance, it just boils down to visual noise. And in my opinion, The Creator is one of the worst cases of visual noise I have seen for a very long time. Beyond the visuals, I personally think there's very little good or very little redeeming qualities to be found in this. I'll end on a positive, because there is one thing which I think is a standout, but let me get into the negatives. The lack of logic in this movie is painful. Like, you can excuse one or two bits of plot armor whenever you're watching a movie. It's just part of the parcel. There are oversights in the writing. There are oversights in some character decision makings. You forgive one or two. When you get into double digits and you start being conscious that you're in double digits of mistakes that are being made. I mean, I'm going to give you a little one right off the bat to highlight a point. It's not a spoiler. There is a scene where the main characters are being chased towards a tunnel, and they cause the ambulance that they're in to flip over. And the police are right behind them. Like, not far behind, like really, really close behind. And the police just stop their car. But somehow, magically, amongst this crashed ambulance, the characters manage to not only get out, which is hard, they manage to escape before the police have even had a chance to stop and see them. I may not be describing this the best, but when you see it, you'll be like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. That's just, it's not even bad writing. It's just poorly conceived. And it just takes you out the movie because you're like, well, that logically couldn't happen. And we're not talking about suspending disbelief because this is a sci-fi movie and you need to suspend disbelief. It's like, no. A vehicle that has turned over is harder to get out of than a vehicle that is rolling and comes to a natural stop. That's just logic. And the movie, in so many instances, discards logic like this. The character decisions are so bad in this. It's like, I could either run along a pier or I could jump into the water and swim after the person running along the pier. Again, running is faster than swimming, unless your name is Michael Phelps, and even then I'm not sure. And it's just instance after instance after instance of these illogical, bad character decisions. The plot itself is so predictable, it's actually painful. It's like, you have a love interest who dies, and I'm pretty sure, oh, she ain't gonna be dead, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna be really important towards the end of this movie. What a surprise. You can see it coming a mile off, man. If you've seen more than 5 movies, you know the direction we're heading in. And in terms of the handling of the AI, it's been done better. Like back in the 80s, I mean, I know Blade Runner is a very high standard of, but Blade Runner 2049, Ex Machina, yeah, Wall-E. There's so many instances of AI just being so much better than what's on display here. When you peel back the pretty visuals, and they are pretty, but when you peel these back, it's so surface level in its themes and in its plot and in its execution that you're like, this is just lame. And then, you know, when you watch a movie, unless you're trying to make a point about not having resolution, which is usually when a movie speaks to greater themes such as, you know, life goes on, it's not as simple as beginning, middle, and end, which I don't think this movie was going for. Where the robots end in this movie is exactly the same place as where they started. The actions of this movie don't yield any results. And I'm sorry to say this. I'm going to say something that may be monumentally unpopular. I am yet to be convinced by John David Washington as a credible leading man. I adore Denzel. I loved John David Washington in BlacKkKlansman. He was incredible in that. Since then, not convinced. Really, really not convinced. And it seems to be law of diminishing returns. Every time I see him, he gets like less and less good. In Tenet, he was less good than BlacKkKlansman. And in this, I thought he was even less good than in Tenet. But let's end on a positive. The one shining... I mean, Ken Watanabe is in this, and he's always great, but water is wet. The one shining positive beyond the special effects in this is that the child actor they cast, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, in conclusion, I'm going to give this mediocre movie called The Creator a mediocre score. It's getting a 4.5 out of 10 for me. I don't think it's deserving of anything more of that. And I think it is incredibly ironic that when a movie about AI feels like the script has been literally written by an AI like ChatGPT, that's bad, man. And that's ironically, tongue-in-cheek, I think the opposite of what the movie was trying to go for. I didn't enjoy it. It's not good. I don't understand the praise. And I'm going to finish by saying, don't believe the hype. So, over to you guys. What did you all think of The Creator? Weird to say I didn't like it, considering how much of a fan of Gareth Edwards I am, but I didn't like it. What can I do? Not for me. Boring, dull, laborious. Let me know what you thought down in the comment section below. Like the video if you haven't done so already. Please do subscribe to the channel. There should be a subscribe button up here. And another review for you guys to watch right around here. So go ahead and do that. And I'll see you guys on the next video, which should be airing tomorrow. We are back with the news, me and AJ. So I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.